How to analyze off-plan investments. Now, however fantastic a project is or the location is, if you don't choose there are certain criteria that you have to select. You have to be very careful when it comes to buying off-plan investments. So now this video can be used to buy, whether it is, I don't think it can exactly be used for apartments, but definitely for villas. I'll make a separate video for apartments. So how to buy an off-plan property, villa edition, and we're going to use acres as an example. So I'll just quickly run through acres, the presentation. I've made a very detailed video on acres. You can watch my top 5 investment opportunities villa edition, where I've given the numbers for acres. But this video is how to analyze. So when you see a property, so there is A, B, C, D, I and J. Now this will look weird to look awkward to you, but these are the clusters in cluster map. Now I made a similar video for Nima, which property to buy in. So A, B, C, D, I and J. Now second thing to understand for acres is what are the types of properties. So you have a type A, which is a G plus 2 3-bed. Then you have a type B, which is a G plus 1. Then you have a type C, which is a G plus 2 4-bed. You have a type D, which is a G plus 1 4-bed. Now I'm not getting into 5 beds because the market dynamics I'm not getting into 5 beds because the market dynamics change for a 5-bed. But just for information, 5-bed, the value goes 10 million plus. So for 10 million plus, I think there are differential options that we'll have to discuss further for investors who are looking to buy, invest 10 million plus. Now we need to understand whether it's an investment or it's for end use, and based on which it's a separate analysis. As of now, for this price bracket up to here, this is a fantastic investment. Now, but to further break it down, these are priced at close to 6.4 million, 5.05, 7.2 and 6.8. So I was targeting for my investors these two price brackets, because in a G plus 2 it does seem nice, but like I've mentioned to all my investors, do not get emotional when it comes to investment. So we stuck to these two. If we did not get a G plus 1 3-bed, we preferred a G plus 1 4-bed to a G plus 2 3-bed, because again, another principle of real estate, your property should be liquid. Means if you want to sell your property today, you should be able to sell it within at least 30 days. It should be that hot. It should be so much in demand. For example, right now, our office is in Dubai Hills. If I have a good property in Dubai Hills, I want to sell it, it'll get sold. If I have a villa in Maple or in Sidra, I want to sell it, it gets sold. So that's the kind of demand, that's the kind of property that you want to invest in. It should be liquid. So these sort of price brackets for an independent villa in a Meraas community makes a lot of sense, and it's something definitely will be in a lot of demand. It'll be a lot more liquid. So it helps to eliminate options. We're very focused when it comes to investment. We're extremely focused. Now further focus, the A, B, C, D, I, J. Now if you notice in the cluster map, I and J. Now even though yes, the goal of Meraas is that the central park, like the whole community is based on the central park. So we analyze slightly more deeper. We understand the density of each type of property in each cluster. Now that you don't have to go into that sort of density, because I further analyze how many 3 beds, how many G+2s, how many G+1s, how many 4 beds in each cluster, to understand further how much demand will be there. But that you don't have to get into that much of analysis. Your analysis should be this. Okay, so cluster I and J is the closest to the central park. So that will be the highest demanded. That property will definitely automatically get a lot of demand. So Meraas initially launched A, B, D and J. So C and I is left. So I is definitely something that I am targeting, because I know the location is fantastic. If I can get a G+1 3 bed, like a type B or a type D in a cluster I or a cluster J, it's a good investment. So that's how you analyze. So it's very important. Understand your cluster map. Understand what are the amenities, what's the feature. Each villa community has a very specific feature. So you need to try and be as close to that top feature as possible, because that's where your crowd or your end user demographic or your next buyer will want to go to. Now, you should not analyze the prices as these. This is not 5.05, it is technically 3.2 million, and this is 4.4, because we are looking at 65% if you are an investor, because at this stage your property value has appreciated. Means at a 3.2 million dirham investment, this is where, so in my previous video, definitely watch the previous video, 5 top areas of investment. This is where I have the opportunity to make close to 100%. But even if it's not 100%, still the opportunity cost, like let's suppose if I have to rent out this property, the opportunity cost is definitely higher. It makes a lot of sense. So for example, a person like me, I rent out a property and I have my investments rolling in. Of course, I have a house for my family back in India and here. But when it comes to, I always believe in ROEs, not in ROIs, because the sort of the equity, the return equity is always higher. I understand the element of risk is really higher, but we mitigate that risk by playing with the top players of Dubai and by analyzing the market trends. So next 2 to 3 years, yes, the market is bullish. Why is the market bullish for the next 2 to 3 years? That again would be a separate video. I'm trying to make my videos a little more concise, because I had some investors complain that it's too long. Can you please reduce the size of the video a bit? But there are a few extremely important factors. And no, it's not just the casino. Apart from that, very, very important, crucial factors why the next 2 to 3 years is your opportunity to make some serious money in Dubai. We need to get into compounding and leveraging. So how to compound and leverage, and what are the factors why the next 2 to 3 years in this market is bullish. These 2 videos, the immediate next video would be my top 5 areas when it comes to apartments. Very, very exciting video. I'm going to go into those locations and tell you why it's extremely crucial. Then we're going to have a video on compounding and leveraging, and we're going to have a video on why the next 2 to 3 years are bullish in Dubai, and it's a fantastic opportunity to make some serious money. Thank you for watching. Mohammed Zaheb, how to analyze an off-plan investment.